The next time that you're in the hospital, the nurse that's attending to you, even administering your medication, could be AI. Told you guys this was coming down the pipe. Also, FBI issues a new warning for everyone that uses a cell phone. And honestly, this seems to be getting worse and worse. Also, what's coming across the news is, guess what? It's back. Quite possibly because what they're putting out there is that hospitals are stating that hospitalizations are up 86% in a month, with this really kicking off in places like New York City and California. Are they just hyping this up, or do we got another wave coming? Where I thought you might want to know that these are 8 states where squatters can legally take your home. I'll let you know which states are those. Also, you guys have heard the popular phrase, you will own. Lots of buzz going on regarding that. And to top that off, you guys won't believe what just came out from the Social Security. I don't think anyone is ever gonna experience retirement like they thought they could, because they've increased the age again. Got a lot of information that most likely affects you. Coming right up. Hey guys, my name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. And if you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most important, news and awareness that affects you, be sure to start this video off with a like, hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date, and let's begin. Welcome back, folks. Thanks for starting this off with a like. It's the littlest thing that you guys can do to help this information reach more folks, especially if you guys appreciate being up to date on what's really going on out there. All right, first on the list that's got me a little bit unnerved, and I'm sure you guys too. How would you like it if the next time you guys go to the hospital, it's not a live person nurse showing up, it is this guy? Yeah. And I told you guys it was coming down the pipe. This AI is going to fastly take over so many things. Here's a new article that just came out. AI robot nurse with creepy face taking over hospital jobs as it patrols the halls, even delivers meds and tracks patients' vitals. Can you imagine this thing coming in and administering your meds? Let me know in the comments. Are you guys down for that? Or are you like, no thanks? Give me a live person nurse, please. Just a little bit more information on this. An article, intelligence-powered nurse robot that patrols through hallways and even distributes medication to patients has been unveiled. It says a robot with an eerie face is set to replace hospital workers by tracking vitals while always keeping the same bizarre smile. Now, I've seen enough movies. I can see those eyes probably turning red, getting a little weird. Last thing you want is angry red eye robot, right? Anyway, they're saying it's intended to battle the future of healthcare crisis. Neurobot was built by the electronics brand Foxconn and AI computing company NVIDIA. They're saying that the robot has been designed to combat the burnout they're talking about. It says their idea is to provide better patient care. They're saying it'll also do tasks such as ward patrols, visitor guidance, and medicine and specimen deliveries. And by doing so, it'll allow the nurses, the real live ones, to focus on other tasks. My thought is probably to let go of some nurses to cut down on how many people they're paying. And then before you know it, you're gonna have a whole hospital full of AI robots, I'm guessing. Anyway, I don't need to read any more of that for you guys to know and get the gist of what's happening. My thought is, hey, provide more jobs, hire more people. But we all know there's more money into making AI machines to take over the workload. They don't have to pay salaries, they don't have to pay retirement, and in the end game, probably saves the company a lot of money. Okay, moving right along, and this affects everyone. It has been affecting me, and these guys are getting good, as the FBI issues a new warning for all cell phone users. It says the FBI has issued an advisory to call cell phone users, warning them against what it calls an ongoing malicious text and voice messaging campaign. Now let me tell you, these guys are getting crafty. They're even starting to throw group messages with other people, carry out a conversation before they try to get their hooks in you. It's getting worse and worse. Let me tell you what they're talking about. In this case, a public service announcement this month, the FBI warned of malicious actors that have been impersonating senior U.S. officials as part of a scam beginning in April of this year. The FBI notes that many of those targeted by the scam have been current or former senior U.S. federal or state government officials and their contacts. So the FBI is warning you that if you do receive a message from someone claiming to be a U.S. official, do not assume that it's authentic. Now look guys, this means that they're using AI to generate voices to make them sound exactly like the person they're impersonating. These are techniques known as smishing and vishing. So if you get a call from a U.S. official trying to establish rapport with you and then wanting to access personal accounts, then you'll know exactly what the FBI is warning you about. So a couple things that you can do is verify the phone number. You can verify the phone number to see if it really lines up with who it says it's supposed to be. I noticed for myself, if it's an email, you can quickly look at their email address by clicking on their name that they used. And oftentimes, it's an email address that looks very, very odd. And oftentimes, if you do get hooked into a conversation with this person, you can easily get their website, their phone number, and validate it by calling them back. And you'll see that they probably won't give you that option because it's all a big hoax. What gets worse is they're even starting to impersonate family members of yours. Yes, all they got to do is get some kind of recording. They can get basically a voice recognition by listening to you talk. So that's why you don't really want to talk too much. If you get on there, hello, who's this? Very short, because even at the end of this article, it says, with AI becoming more and more advanced, criminals are increasingly able to make voices and message sounds like someone that you may know. The FBI suggests using a secret word or phrase with your family members to verify their identity. Now, does that not sound nuts or what? Now you got to have a secret phrase or word to even talk to your family members? Just be aware, if something doesn't sound right, you may just want to get off the phone and call them back, do a little research to make sure it's legitimate. And again, these are people that are reaching out to you for your information to ultimately get your information over an email or over the phone and to scam you and to probably rob your account. What may be more concerning is we all remember big shutdown regarding the CVID. Well, I'm seeing tons of news releases saying that this thing is on the rebound right now. You guys saw that funny weather. Like, I know half of you guys don't really trust how the weather operates nowadays. And we also know that these variants thrive in cold weather, and we just got this big huge cold weather push. Like I said, hospitalizations up 86%. Watch this.
News analysis, New York is among 6 states accounting for the majority of the country's increase in hospital beds filled. All this comes as more cases of the Omicron variant are confirmed in our area. Today, New York's Romney Smith is in Yonkers following all the developments. Romney.
Good morning. There are new developments. In fact, we know a teenager in Westchester County just confirmed to have the Omicron variant of COVID-19, and top leaders are concerned about a trifecta. 1, the cold temperatures dipping lower, driving more people inside. 2, the number of unvaccinated people. And 3, now fighting 2 variants of COVID-19. So as more and more people go inside to celebrate those family gatherings and holiday parties that will increase this time of year, so is the spread of COVID-19. Multiple variants, in fact, Delta and Omicron. The numbers are concerning to Governor Kathy Hochul. In fact, she said more than 100 new hospitalizations were reported on Monday, an increase in ICU patients, and deaths are up 57% compared to last week. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio implementing a new wave of COVID mandates that some say is happening a bit too fast.
Our message to the mayor is right now, particularly about the child vaccination for indoor dining, is to just postpone this until after the holiday season.
And what we also heard from business leaders is whatever you do, don't let us go back to shutdown. Don't let us go backwards. This is a preemptive strike.
It's getting weirder by the minute, but at the same time, I think you just got to you evolve to the new mandates, and you just got to do it.
Mayor Bill de Blasio insisting that his method is pro-business because it allows businesses with indoor facilities to remain open while keeping people safe and healthy. But he says if anyone's concerned that they might not be able to partake in those indoor activities, there are plenty of vaccination sites ready to put the shot inside your arm. He's hoping, Darlene, that more people come to mass vac sites like the one I'm at this morning. We're live in Yonkers. Romney Smith, Today in New York. Back to you.
All right, Romney, thank you.
Isn't it interesting how those guys are like, please just wait a little bit longer so we can get through some holiday seasons. Please don't let us go back to lockdowns. Like it's a matter of authority and choice and not a matter of public health and concern. It's almost like, please don't discipline us. And like I said, I want you to line up at these sites and just make sure you guys get safe. Some people saying no thank you on the experimentals. And I've been traveling across the whole United States this last week, and I wish I would have got a picture of it, but some people just take this too far. I mean, I literally saw this one gal with a mask, and not only was it one mask, it was 2 masks. And not only was it 2 masks, but she had the whole perimeter taped to her face. Now, I can't perceive what was going on there, but it was definitely a sight to see. Anyway, Love to hear what you guys have to say about this. Do you think it's a bona fide threat, like this could get bad? Do you think something like this would be on purpose? Do you think it's all hype? And where do you think this is gonna go? Let me know down in the comments so I can check out your guys' replies. Now hang tight, I wanna tell you about how they're basically taking retirement away from people because they're up in the age left and right. I'm gonna tell you more about that. But first I wanna tell you guys, if you're in one of these states where a squatter can legally take your home, I figured you should know if that's one of your states, just in case you wanna be a little bit more prepared, if you know what I mean. So anyway, when it comes to people legally taking your home, the process is known as adverse possession. Allows a squatter to gain legal ownership of a property if they meet certain criteria over a specified period of time. So yeah, you may not wanna leave your house unoccupied along with some other conditions. Now you guys can look more into this, but let me give you the states where these squatters can legally take your home. That way you can know if you really need to deep dive into this topic. Number 1, California. Number 2, Florida. Number 3, Texas. Number 4, New York. Number 5, Washington State. Number 6, Illinois. Number 7, Colorado. And number 8, Oregon. So what do? It says this: what can property owners do? The most important takeaway from these state laws is inaction has consequences, which is crazy to me. If you leave a property unattended or fail to respond to trespassers, you could inadvertently help build their legal case. Is that not nuts? So they say owners should conduct regular inspections, post no trespassing signs, and ensure property taxes are current. In many states, the clock on adverse possession starts ticking the moment a squatter moves in and is not forcibly removed. They say the earlier you take action, the better chances of you regaining control. Yet again, another thing that's absolutely nuts. Now, last but not least, I don't know, you guys have seen this number climb, and it's very sad because I feel like they're just gonna wanna work you to death, and you aren't gonna have retirement check because they don't wanna pay you a retirement check for not working, and they want you to work as long as possible because this age is getting up there to where I personally feel like you're either in the hospital at that age or you're about ready to kick the bucket. It says Social Security retirement age officially increases to 67 for those born in 1960. Get this, it's so sad. Nearly 4 million Americans turning 65 this year will not be eligible for full Social Security benefits until they reach the age of 67. This change aligns with the final phase of the FRA increase that has gradually risen from 65 for those born in 1938 to 67 for those born in 1960 or later. They're saying early retirement will come at a cost. Now I'm gonna go a little bit more into detail for this because I know a lot of you guys out there, this concerns you and you're approaching these numbers. So let me give you a little bit more information on this. It says, while Americans can still choose to retire as early as 62, doing so comes with a reduced benefits. Retiring 5 years early at 62 will result in approximately a 30% reduction in monthly payments. For example, someone eligible for a $1,000 a month at full retirement age would receive only $700 with retiring early. Conversely, delaying retirement beyond the age of 67 can result in increased benefits. Workers who postpone retirement until the age of 70 can receive up to 24% boost, totaling a $1,240 check per month based on the same $1,000 FRA estimate. And there you go, you can see a couple figures right there that may apply and you guys can get a better picture of those numbers. Anyway, I did a little bit of research and I'm sitting there thinking, like, how many people are even alive at that age? You know what I mean? It says in the US, the average life expectancy for males is around 77 years. So on an average scale, if you retired at 67, you're gonna live the last 10 years of your life with that long hoped for freedom of retirement. Are you gonna be able to walk? Are you gonna be able to enjoy everything that you wanted to enjoy? And for females, it's about 81 years old as of 2025. Women tend to live a little bit longer than men on average. Look, do I think this is right? No, I do not think this is right. I think people should go on retirement much earlier than that and things should take care of them in your final years. One thing I can say for people, if you want to live longer and healthier, the big key factor is exercise. The more exercise you get, I've seen studies where it shows that you live a longer, better life. Also, taking natural nutrition supplements can help, but the big one being exercise. So if I can prompt you to get some exercise in more than you already are, that can help battle against all the adverse effects. Again, if you guys appreciate these updates and awareness type videos, make sure you hit the like button. Let me know some feedback down in the comments and share this out. Let more folks know what's really going on. Got a lot more coming down the pipe. If you missed this video, which is going viral, watch this one, because after you watch it, you may never buy olive oil again. And I got another one coming out. Make sure you guys don't miss it. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you on the next one.